Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with health, sponsored by 4M Dental. Love your smile again. Clark County tops 5,000 in COVID deaths. However, the state metrics have improved slightly. Nevada reports 1,400 new cases and 25 deaths, which brings the total to 6,200 deaths. Meanwhile, Southern Nevada is reporting close to 1,100 new cases and 17 deaths today. And Clark County plans on giving $100 gift cards to those who get vaccinated. Commissioner Tick Segerbloom proposes $100,000 of federal relief funds to be used for up to 1,000 people. Details on when and where are still being worked out. In other top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. In a one-on-one interview, Sheriff Joe Lombardo says he has no plans to require existing employees in the Metro Police Department to be vaccinated. But it's a different story for new employees. Review-Journal's James Schaefer explains. James?
Yeah, thanks, Jen. As of Monday, 52% of Metro Police full-time and part-time employees had been vaccinated. Take this and compare it to early April when 34% of Metro employees were fully vaccinated, and Lombardo said the rate was unacceptable. He stood by that assessment on Tuesday.
It's unfortunate, and we've done a great deal of proactive steps to try to convince the workforce to get the vaccine. And unfortunately, we haven't got to the numbers that I wish it was at.
Lombardo also wondered aloud whether employees who had already had contracted and recovered from COVID-19 would bring the department closer to herd immunity. On top of this, it should be noted that 4 Metro employees and 1 retired employee have died of COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Jen?
Thanks, James. In other news, officials have now ID'd the Jane Doe found in Arizona back in 2016 as a missing California teen, using the same DNA technology that solved a decades-old homicide cold case here in Vegas called genome sequencing and genetic genealogy.
Which would allow them to get a sample of the girl's DNA and help track down her family tree so that they could find some relatives that might be able to help them pin down the identity of the missing girl.
Authorities identified her as 18-year-old Kimberly Rena Jones, who was reported missing out of San Bernardino, California. They say her body was too decomposed to be identified at first when found between Hoover Dam and Kingman, Arizona. Plus, Nevada lawmakers are reacting to the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan. While some support President Joe Biden for carrying through with the Trump administration's negotiation, Representative Mark Amodei, a Republican, says we have left these dangerous people with our technology and equipment is another abject failure of policy, planning, and execution. Representative Dina Titus, a Democrat, says it is critical we bring our personnel home safely. Nevada Democrats are also pushing for bringing Afghans in imminent danger from the Taliban to the U.S. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The latest data breach at T-Mobile exposes more than 40 million customers. That's including names, social security numbers, driver's license info. T-Mobile officials say they'll offer 2 years of free identity protection and recommends all customers who pay in monthly installments to change their PIN. Plus, a luxury housing developer, Toll Brothers, picks up a local firm, Storybook Homes, which has been in Vegas since 2003. Leaders at Pennsylvania-based Toll Brothers say they plan on using the acquisition to gain a foothold in Southern Nevada's booming housing market. In weather, sponsored by 1 Hour Air, no matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 hour is here for you. So why is Lake Mead losing so much water? Most of its water comes from the Colorado River, which is experiencing its 22nd year of drought. Temps have also increased, causing precipitation to evaporate more quickly and the soil to soak up runoff like a sponge. Now to tonight's forecast. We're seeing some strong winds and lows in the 70s. It's been a while since we've seen that. Tomorrow, expect highs in the mid-90s, plenty of sun, and just a slight breeze. Enjoy the cooler temps while they last, because we start heating up a few days later, hitting the hundreds starting on Sunday.
Here's your sports update, sponsored by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. The Raiders have made their way to Thousand Oaks, California, for joint practices with the Los Angeles Rams. Both teams took to the field on Wednesday with hopes to sharpen the skills they've been working on all through training camp. As players explained, things went well the first day, but there were times it got a little chippy.
It's all fun, this is when you can get your punches out, the preseason. You can get away with a little bit extra. So, tempers get flaring, and it is what it is. People, it's the first day going against somebody else. So, things like that happen sometimes.
Are you saying there's no fines involved?
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get kicked out of a game. You can throw a couple punches here and there. So it is what it is.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoky and Cigar Shop. The NFL and college football seasons are nearly here, but the Canadian Football League season is already underway. Saskatchewan and Winnipeg are the 4-1 co-favorites at the Westgate Superbook to win the Grey Cup. Both teams are off to 2-0 starts. Hamilton is next at plus 450, followed by Montreal at 6-1. Kicking off this week's slate of games, British Columbia is a 4-point home favorite over Edmonton on Thursday.
In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. This club in downtown Vegas is hoping to fill the indie music void in our city. The name of the club? Usual Place. They've booked rockers Electric Six for August 26th.
Currently, the audience that it's cultivating is pretty diverse. There's jazz nights, there's open mic nights, DJ nights. The club's operating partner is Carlos Sanchez, who's kind of a veteran DJ in town.
Garage punks Together Pangea will also kick off their tour there in September. In lifestyle, sponsored by Oakmont of Las Vegas Assisted Living and Memory Care. The best care for the best life. Featuring Mexican Day of the Dead traditions, the 20th annual Life and Death Festival is coming up this November. Go to the Clark County website for more info. Talk about a birthday present of a lifetime. This couple from California hit a royal flush on 3-card poker to win more than $100,000 at Paris, Las Vegas, according to Caesars Entertainment. Alex Martinez says he was in town with his wife to celebrate her birthday. They plan to use the money to pay off bills and buy a car for their children. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas Breaking News streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here for more 7 at 7 tomorrow. Sleep tight.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.